Shukran mpenzi mtazamaji na karibu kwenye kipindi cha Wajibika Barabarani, na siku ya leo kama unavyoona hapa ni kuwa tuko na Mitsubishi versus Subaru. Nawe mtazamaji wa Mwangaza TV pengine hujui utofauti wa Mitsubishi na Subaru, na imekuwa ni tisho kuwa watu wa NTSA ama maafisa wa NTSA huwa wamekuwa wakimulika gari ina ya Subaru wakisema kuwa huwa inasababisha ajali sana hata kushida pikipiki. Karibu na uweze kuandamana nasi hadi tamati katika hiki kipindi ili uweze kuwa na ufahamu zaidi. Na kwa studio zetu siku ya leo tuko naye Dan ambaye atakuwa akiwasalimia ama akiwaambia kwa nini hii event imetengenezwa. Kumbuka kwamba unaweza wasiliana nasi kupitia 22914 22914 au kwenye tovuti yetu ni Mwangaza TV. Thank you so much Mwangaza TV viewers, and as I've told you that we have Dan in the studio today, our guest Dan. Kindly introduce yourself to our viewers.
Hi, my name is Daniel Alando. We'd like to welcome you here to Sebuleni. I'm a partner here, and Karibuni sana.
And Dan, how long have you been in Kenya?
I've been in Kenya now for about 3 years.
And before, where have you been?
Before, I lived in the U.S. Pretty much predominantly my whole life. Yes.
Why have you planned to have this event, like meet and greet Mitsubishi versus Subaru?
Okay, so it was an opportunity for us to bring together car enthusiasts, to come out, celebrate the cars, enjoy each other's great company, great food, great music, great drinks, and just break away from the stigma that comes with these type of sports cars. For me personally, transitioning into driving in Kenya was quite difficult. It's not easy all the time. And then there's a stigma around sports cars, and that the people who drive them fast or maybe a little bit rough. And we wanted to dispel that, to invite people to come out to celebrate and enjoy, and also have folks from the Kenya Road Safety Authority come out and share with these guys as well.
And is it true that Mitsubishi and Subaru are the fastest cars?
They are some of the fastest cars on the road, in my opinion. They make really, really high quality sports cars. And then there's so many aftermarket products and modifications that the enthusiasts make on their vehicles, so they end up being quite fast, in my opinion.
What makes them fast, or is it the drivers, or it's the make itself?
Okay, so in my opinion, it's a combination of both. You definitely need to have a skilled driver to control a powerful vehicle, but there are changes they make to air filters, turbo upgrades, suspension, all kinds of mechanical changes to make the vehicle's performance increase.
But what should our drivers do, bearing in mind that Mitsubishi and Subaru are being pointed that they are creating more accidents now and then? What should be done?
I think it's important for the people who are car enthusiasts to protect the brand around car enthusiasm. There's a negative stigma sometimes associated, like I said earlier, and I think it's important for them to be very responsible and try to adhere to all the rules of the road and be conscious of the other drivers on the road, and just be aware overall of their behavior while driving. Yes.
Is there any difference between the speedometer for Mitsubishi, Subaru and other maybe vehicles?
So most vehicles have different speedometers independent to the make and model of the vehicle. Some are digital, some are analog, so it just depends on the vehicle. Yes.
What was your experience while driving in Kenyan roads?
It was definitely a learning curve. I'm more of I consider myself a guy who's into sustainability, and so I'm really conscious of the environment, fuel emissions, being economical when it comes to gas. A lot of these vehicles have big, powerful engines in small cars, and so they're very strong. And so in my experience, I'm driving cautiously and slowly, and people want to overtake or kind of bulldoze a little bit. And I just have to be aware and be very aware when I'm driving, and try to adapt a little bit to here.
And as you continue to drive in Kenyan road, do you think that there is something need to be added or reduced in our roads?
I just believe that as fellow drivers, we need to be considerate of one another. That's why it's extremely important for us to have these types of events to allow folks who are enthusiastic about vehicles to come interact with one another and celebrate the cars in a good way. I think it would be great if we were to encourage a space where they could really open their cars up, or a special day where they could drive a little bit faster or in a specific setting, opposed to what sometimes happens now on the road where people are pushing and forcing their way. So.
And have you ever had this before, while you are starting?
This is our inaugural event, the first time we're having it, and we hope to have very many more. You don't have to own a Subaru or Mitsubishi to come. If you are interested in vehicles, if you're interested in high performance sports cars and you want to take part and celebrate these types of vehicles, you're welcome. If you're just curious and you want to see what they look like, you never sat in a Subaru, you've never seen the engine, you're welcome to come out and look at some of the vehicles.
And what inspired you to have this organization on today's meeting?
Again, it's just about celebrating the culture. It's a car culture, not only here in Kenya, but globally. There's some people who are extremely enthusiastic about performance vehicles, and we just want to take the opportunity to celebrate that while also sharing in some of the regulations and educating each other about the rules of the road.
And what do you plan to achieve today?
So my hope is that we'll get a lot of folks out with a lot of fantastic vehicles who are excited about cars, who have a great appetite and want to eat some good food and have some great conversations safely, and that it'll be something that will grow because ultimately, if it grows and we're able to get more vehicles out here and more drivers and more members of the public to come and have that exchange with each other, I believe it'll create more courtesy and more brotherhood amongst people on the road, therefore making the road safer.
And I can see that we have road safety experts today. Why did you invite him?
We invited him because I believe it's very important to have an official here to impart some more knowledge and some more understanding of the road rules, and also to take away that the stigma between the drivers and the authority. Okay, we want to create an open conversation between the two sides, and so that we can all be together.
Can you tell us, is Mitsubishi and Subaru for rich people?
I believe we're all rich in our hearts. I think God has given us all different gifts and abilities. I think Mitsubishi and Subaru are for anyone who's enthusiastic and wants to own it. I don't separate just rich and poor. You can find these vehicles in many different price ranges. So I think they're for everyone.
And what do you need to do to maintain them?
Maintenance is something else. It depends on how you drive it. Again, you had asked earlier about the different vehicle performances, which one's faster and things like that. A lot of that depends on the driver. If they're going for regular road safety, if they're maintaining their vehicle well, taking care of it, it'll create less problems. But if you don't take care of your vehicle, as with any vehicle, it will create more maintenance issues and ultimately could be unsafe.
Kindly take this chance to give a word of advice to all those people who have Mitsubishi and Subaru, especially bearing in mind that they are the fastest vehicles.
So I would like to encourage the people who are enthusiastic about cars to know that there's a responsibility that we have when we're driving these vehicles. There's a responsibility we have to one another, but also to the vehicles we're loyal to. And just try to be considerate of other people on the road. There are different times and circumstances in which you can go ahead, open the car up and drive at a higher space if you're in a safe place. But I think we should all be conscious of one another because we all have parents, we all have siblings, and we wouldn't want anyone that we love or know personally to be hurt or endangered in a car accident. You know, I always say one of the most dangerous things in Kenya. See, there's a fear sometimes when you're going into a different country of you know, the unknown. To me, the only thing dangerous about Kenya is the road and car accidents. You know, that's the only thing personally that I fear. You know, and I don't have a large fear, but I'm very cautious when I drive. I'm very safe. I always give myself a lot of time to get where I'm going. I'd also encourage car enthusiasts to do the same. You know, where I'm from, we lean back, we drive slow, we take our time, and people can enjoy looking at the vehicle. So sometimes you can take your time, and folks can look at and appreciate your car.
And then I've heard you saying that you fear Kenyan roads. Why?
Again, I think it's about courtesy. I think it's important that we're courteous of one another. You know, one of the hardest or most fearful experiences is when people overtake someone else. I travel a lot around the country, and sometimes you can be on a narrow road and you'll find someone trying to overtake a lorry or something, and they're on the wrong side of the road. That thing makes me afraid. So that's one of the scariest things for me.
I also give you a chance to give an advice to youths who are mostly using the Subarus.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I would encourage young people, if you have taken your time to work and put your money together to buy a vehicle, you should appreciate it. Take your time with the car, maintain it properly, and be respectful of one another, be respectful of the roads and each other. Again, we've created a forum, a space here at Sebuleni Restaurant in Kilimani where everyone's welcome to come out. If you want to rev your engine, if you want to come eat some good food, if you want to check out some other cars, this is the place to do it. Not on the open road where there are people who are going home, who are going to work, their mothers, their children. I think that we should be, as a young person, you should be very, very conscious and respectful of each other, of other people.
And how often will you be doing this?
We'd like to do it monthly. Our endeavor is to do it monthly. If we get enough people coming out and people seem to be very interested, we'd love to continue doing this because, again, it's a great opportunity to bring together car enthusiasts and bring together young people and just people in general who want to see some nice cars, enjoy great food, and have a great time and celebrate with each other.
And do you have anything maybe you can add on that before we wind up?
Again, I'd like to welcome everyone to Sebuleni Restaurant. As the name says, this is a space where you can come out, feel comfortable, feel free, enjoy and appreciate, share, talk, build, laugh, dance, eat. Everything is here. So this is a great place, a great location. We are open during the permitted hours here during COVID. We practice all COVID regulations, so everything is safe and in terms of that, and it's just a great space for you. So we'd like to welcome everyone out here to Sebuleni Restaurant, Bamboo Lane, directly behind the Junction Mall here. Come on out, appreciate the car events, but even on other days, you can come out for a bite or come to enjoy with your friends.
And are you on YouTube, Twitter, or how will people get you?
I am not on YouTube or Twitter, but you can find me on LinkedIn, Daniel Alando, or you can find me here at Sebuleni Restaurant. I'm here all the time.
Thank you so much, Dan, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Shukran sana mpenzi mtazamaji, na asante kwa kuendelea kutazama kipindi cha Wajibika Barabarani. Tunaenda kwa mapumziko kidogo, lakini tutaweza kurejea baada ya muda usiokuwa mrefu. Karibu tena mtazamaji wa runinga ya Mwangaza, na karibu kwenye kipindi cha Wajibika Barabarani. Na kwa sasa tuko na mtaalamu wa usalama barabarani ambaye anafahamika kama Owuor Otet. Owuor Otet, karibu sana ndani ya Wajibika Barabarani. Najua si mara yako ya kwanza.
Asante sana.
Say hi to our viewers.
Watazamaji wa Mwangaza TV, mara nyingine tena tumepatana tuweze kuelimishana. Shukrani zangu kuu kwa Mungu na kwa Mwangaza TV kwa kutupea fursa hii tena. Asante.
What is all about Grit and Meet? That is Mitsubishi versus Subaru.
Grit and Meet basically ni a form of network. A place where watu hukuja kukutana. Mara mingi unapata kwamba bara la Afrika hatuna mipango kama hizi, hatuna meetings kukusanyika ili watu waweze kujua kuhusu usalama barabarani, kujua kuhusu magari yao. Technology imekuja, watu wameunga ma WhatsApp groups ambazo watu wana share what they do, venye magari yao yana perform. But you see, that is just a platform. So meet and greet basically is allowing us the opportunity to physically meet. Leo nimekutana na Phyllis uso kwa uso, kesho nimekutana na Andrew uso kwa uso, leo nimejuana na Daniel uso kwa uso, watu waonyeshane magari zao. Huenda unaweza pewa fursa uendeshe gari fulani, kama hii ni manual transmission, hii ni automatic. Maybe huyo ako na automatic amewahi tamani kuona muundo wa manual. So it's just basically networking and creating awareness. Kuhamasisha kwa kilindini kuhusu usalama barabarani.
Na kwa nini haswa ikakuwa ni Mitsubishi na Subaru, si tu gari twingine kama Volkswagen na nini na nini?
Mara mingi magari kama ile ambayo tuko nayo kwa posta ni Mitsubishi na Subaru. Hizi ni magari ambazo zimejulikana kwa kwenda kwa kasi. There is something called tuning, zimefanyiwa tuning. Zingine engine zao ni kubwa, kama hii ambayo umesimama kando yake haina any tuning, but the engine is big. Waweza utapata huyu kama yake iko na turbo, engine yake maybe ni 1800 cc, huyo ni 2500 cc. Already the performance ni tofauti. The big engine cannot be compared to a smaller engine. Mara mingi tunaona magari kama ziko na engine size ya 1300 cc, zingine ni 1200 cc. Kama hii ambayo inaingia hii ni Mitsubishi 1800 cc. Performance yake hiyo inaitwa Colt. It's built for sports. So we come together because unapata wale ambao wanaendesha hizi magari wamezinunua, hawajafunzwa zaidi kuhusu magari yao.
Yeye ni gari tu alienda akanunua.
Alinunua tu, aliona Colt imenifurahisha, Subaru imenifurahisha. Kuna yule anapenda hii logo.
True.
Akiona na zubaa, akiona dunia yake inatiririka. Hata mimi mngurumo kama huu unasikia inanifurahisha. Kuna mtu ambaye akiona hii gari atazubaa. You will find kwamba hii gari huenda iko faster kuliko hata hizi zingine depending on the make ambayo imewekwa. Ukiangalia miundo ya mataa,
kweli
kila kitu. So people prefer different cars with the purpose. Mimi yangu ambayo nimenunua kwa sababu nataka kubeba nayo makaa. Unapata mtu amenunua gari kama Probox, anataka kutumia kama pickup. Na ako na uwezo ya
lakini ni venye iko.
Ako na uwezo ya kununua the pickup itself. So it is about preference ya mtu. Jinsi ambavyo mimi leo nimeamua wacha nivae kiatu fulani. Mwingine anaona hii kiatu ingine ndio mzuri kwake.
Na kwa nini most of the youth wana prefer haya magari? Sababu ukienda ni ngumu sana upate watu warika, watu wazee wakiwa sana wanaendesha magari. Utayapata tu na wanarika. Kwa nini?
Kuna wale speed enthusiasts, wanapenda mwendo wa kasi. These cars, as you can see them, they all have one thing in common ambayo inaitwa acceleration. They have a quick acceleration time. So kuna wale ambao wanataka wakitoka, hata kama ni jam imefunguliwa na walikuwa mbele, wameenda hawaoni tena.
Unajua one funny thing about hii gari, ikikupita huwezi iona.
Itategemea na mtu ambaye anaendesha. Hii gari ambayo iko pande wako wa kushoto, speed yake inatoka 0 to 240. Huyu anatoka 0 to 180. Huyu anatoka 0 to 180.
Na kwa nini hii ina accelerate sana kushinda hii iko na 240?
Hii iko na quick acceleration. Mahali wanaondoka kidogo wataenda ni kama wana usawa, lakini kwa sababu huyu wako na speed ya juu atamshinda. A lot of this generation are thrilled with the speed, and that is why unapata kwamba watu wamenunua hizi magari hawajapata kuelimishwa kuhusu hizi magari. The same the way hii gari ita respond kwa kona is not the way that car will respond, na is not the way this car will respond.
Tofauti ni nini?
Specifications za gari. Kwanza kuna uzito wa gari, turning angles za gari. Kama ile na naenda nayo inakata sana. Mali nitapiga 3 point turn, mali nitageuka kwa haraka, nitaturn mara 3. Huyu huenda ataenda mara 5 ama mara 6 kwa sababu ya turning angles za gari. So inaendelea na preferences za mtu. So unapata kwamba moja ukua the upgrade of ingine. Kama saa hii Forester ya saa hii iko na vitu ambazo hii ya kitambo haiwezi kufanya. Yes.
But still movement ni the same, hakuna kitu imebadilisha.
All vehicles are fast. All vehicles are fast. Because ukiangalia speedometer ni 0 to 180. Yangu ni 0 to 240. Hii KAR ni 0 to 240. Kuna mtu ambaye akifika speed ya 60 hata ipita. So the problem is not even the cars. The problem is us, the drivers.
Na kuna saying huwa, okay, kuna watu wengi huwa wanasema like Subaru ikiji accelerate, sometimes mwenye anaendesha huanga hujui, unajipata tu imeongeza. Is it true?
Hapana, it's not true because you have the gauge, you have the speedometer gauge. Unajua ni speed gani ambayo unaenda. Kuna people who we get excited. By the way, I'm a very fast driver. I get excited with speed. Number plate yangu kidogo ni ya zamani. Huyu yake ni ya awali. Akija kwa barabara atanipita. Na mimi najua gari yangu kuna uwezo. Sasa na mimi pia nataka kumwambia heshimu wazee. I then start and then it becomes a race.
Yeah.
Hapo naye na realize kwamba ako na kitu tunaita turbo hii hapa juu ambayo inamsaidia. So it becomes a race and then we forget kwamba the race we are now engaging in was not planned. No safety measure has been taken and we are now becoming potential hazards to other road users. Because hapo sasa ni kuenda nikipata tu mwanya kidogo nimeenda na yeye pia ni hivyo. So we concentrate more on the two of us on the road kushinda the many of us on the same road.
Na kwa nini Otet uka attend hii event? Wewe kama
sababu yangu kuu ya kukuja ni kwa sababu ya kuhamasisha. Kuna mtu akona gari na ajui what the car can do, what the car cannot do. Most people say Mercedes-Benz is the safest car. The safety measure ya Mercedes, ukipita speed ya 100, you are on your own. You are on your own. Usidanganywe. If you go past that, you are on your own. The same way nikiwa 100, this car ikiwa 100 behaves opposite of the way ile yangu ina behave. Mimi yangu ikiwa hiyo 100 ni kama ina teremka chini to gain stability. Ingine is light, inataka sasa ipepe. Unaona? So the reason why I attend such events is to come out, teach these people to know what they have not known. Ukijua maji moto inachoma ama itakuungua, it will burn you, it will cause you have a blister. You trade with it with a lot of caution. Ukijua kwamba kuendesha gari kama hii inaweza kukuweka ukue potential danger to a certain group of people, then you need to have the intelligence kwamba I now know hii gari iko na acceleration at 120, nikishika brake how many meters do I have to stop it safely. That is why I now come to these events. This vehicle has a turbo. Kuna hii Nissan Kenya watu wanaita chopper. Mara mingi zinaenda Thika Road zimeandikwa Manchester. This is 14-seater vans. Ziko na turbo. They are very fast in acceleration but the braking system fails every other day. Na ndio maana unaona a lot of shuttles in this country, Mara Narok lanes, Rift Valley wapi, are being involved in crashes na mingi ni head on.
So inakuanga head on collision.
Because wamefunzwa ukikanyaga drive enda. Unajua for a manual car like this you can downshift. Utoke gear, brake imekataa. You can downshift ukuje gear 4, gear 3, gear 2, gear 1 and create more torque. Gari ikuwe mzito we control. It can happen in an automatic car but people don't know. The arrangement says P parking, reverse R, N neutral, drive. Hapo kando ukisoma unaweza ona drive 3, D3, D2, D1. D3 means the vehicle can only use gear 1 mpaka gear 3. So brake imekataa. If I take it to gear 2, I'll decongest, I'll hurt the engine. So I shift it to D3, gari yenyewe sensor iambie kwa hii speed, we can only manage gear 3. Ikianza kurudi chini, pull it to D2. Zingine ni B, zingine ni L. Hii gari ikikwama kwa matope, mtu anakuambia automatic huwezi, just put it to the lowest. It could be B, it could be L. It gives it the torque to go. So those are the things, and that is the intelligence I come out kushiriki na hawa. Mtu akishajua gari yangu inaweza simama bila kuengage brake, because hii automatic, the brake is the clutch. So if you step on the brake na ukwame, sensor inaambia gari, computer, tunasimama. But if you pump it, sensor inaambia computer ya gari, ni clutch, ni brake, ni clutch, ni brake. You confuse the car. And that is why a lot of automatic cars zinakuja into head-on collisions. So the reason I come is to create more awareness. If you educate and empower the owner of a car, huyu, yule, ama yule mwingine, they drive with confidence, they drive with the knowledge, they are more safer today with knowledge than they were yesterday without the knowledge.
Okay, Otet, haya magari yamekuwa yakimulikwa sana na NTSA wa Subaru, yamekuwa yakisababisha ajali sana hata kushinda wase wa bodaboda. What's your take on that?
Hata mimi niliona kwenye news, director NTSA, my message would be, it's not about the cars. It's not about the cars. It's about the drivers. If you look into the history of this country right now, the KAWs, the KAR, the KAQs, the KAB, the KAS, most of them haziko kwenye ajali. There was a time we had the KBs, Sai tuko kwa KC na KD.
Yeah.
Nobody, it's not rocket science. Ukiangalia the number of the KDAs ambazo zimekuwa kwa ajali saa hii ni mingi.
KD.
Actually it has broken the record. Zingine zinatolewa Port Mombasa hata zifiki Mtitoandei. Written off, zimeraruliwa kama karatasi. It is the excitement of the driver. We import these vehicles. We are not the first users. Ukienda kwa hizi online ya kununua magari ngambo, wanakuambia angalia mileage. You find the mileage is not zero, it has been used. Some of these cars zimepata ajali, zimefanyiwa refurbishment, zimeletwa Afrika. And that is why meetings kama meet and greet, they come, we get the opportunity to remind our guys, however latest your number plate is, ini KCV. True. But ukiangalia mileage utapata kidogo imesonga, imepita 70 ama inaelekea 80. So it has been used before. Na this is my reasoning, I don't know about others. Mtu atauza kitu kwamba ametumia ametosheka, ama amepata kingine bora zaidi, then you dispose. So when they come kwa bara la Afrika, for us we want to show off. I have the newest car, I have the latest number plate. Me, I drive a KAQ. Mileage yangu ni 1775. Utapata kwamba kuna mtu ako na kari KCZ na anaelekea 2000 plus kilometers already covered, unaona? So if we get more opportunity, tupate fursa mingi ya kuweza kuelimishana, hatutakuwa na director general ambaye atakuja kusema gari. Afrika bado sidhani kama tuko na gari ambayo inaendeshwa bila dereva. We are already seeing them on YouTube zikiwa zinafanyiwa test. So what we need to do is to create more events, teach our people. The same way a Subaru Outback responds to the action of the driver is so different from the way a Subaru Forester will react and the way a Mitsubishi will react. All different. Tukienda kwenye aviation, pilot wa CRJ hawezi kuja ingie Boeing 3737 na seme mimi ni pilot na akubaliwe aende. You have to have that license. But for us it is easy. I will tell the owner of this guy, oh, I love the way this car rumbles. Chukua kifungu yangu, wacha nionje yako. But because he sees me with a car, si anajua kuendesha. Yeye anaingia anasonga. Kidogo kidogo hakuniambia my acceleration, be very careful with it. Mimi nimekanyaga mpaka kwa mabati. Unasikia tu manduru nyuma. That is what is happening in our country. And
before tutamatishe, you always say that road safety is a message of love. Ningependa uchukue fursa uweze kushare na watazamaji wetu.
Umenikumbusha. Somebody asked me why do I keep saying road safety is a message of love. First, road safety are measures that are put into place to help reduce possible deaths, possible injury, damage to property and the environment. The reason I say it's a message of love is because kila wakati ukienda mahali ya ajali, mtu akiwa ameumia, huwa tunauliza nani anaweza kuwa amemjua wa kwanza. And the person, we want to even try and ask them if they're alive. Is your password on? Ali contact nani wa mwisho? These are people who are probably dear to them. And the pain is felt most by the loved ones. So my request is, road users, make it your responsibility. You know, intelligence in road safety is very vital because all of us must use the road. Whether you come by ship in the ocean, whether you come by air in air travel, the connecting point is the road. The connecting point is the road. You must not own a car to attend such events. Wewe kuja, get your intelligence. Ile siku Mungu anakubariki na gari yako, you are 10 steps ahead.
Naam, thank you so much. Naona kama tutakomea kwa hapo kwa leo, lakini tutaweza pengine kuwa na kipindi kingine. Shukrani sana kwa kutualika kwa hii event.
Karibuni sana.
Shukrani sana mpenzi mtazamaji, na asante sana kwa kuendelea kutazama kipindi cha Wajibika Barabarani. Na ni matumaini yangu kuwa umeweza kupata funzo kuhusu Mitsubishi na pia Subaru. Na kama unavyoona ni kuwa chaguo ni lako. Owuor Otet kama road safety amesema kuwa si lazima si gari ambayo huwa inasababisha ajali, bali ni wewe mwenyewe. Kwa hivyo ni vyema sana kuwa mwangalifu. Hata kama unaendesha Subaru, hata kama ni Mitsubishi, ni vyema kuwajibika barabarani. Hapo ndipo tutaweza kuweka kikomo kwa kipindi chetu siku ya leo. Panapo majaliwa yake Mwenyezi Mungu, wiki ijayo sana wakati kama huu tutaweza kupatana. Nimekuwa na hodha wako Wanjiko Mbogo.